Hi Pot Gang, it's Beth here. And today we're going to be repotting Henry, the heirloom tomato, for the second time. So it's been about a month since the last time I repotted Henry into this small pot. He's much taller, much leafier. His roots might even be sticking out the bottom a little bit, so it's time to move him up a size again. So for this stage, we're going to need a large pot, a large saucer if you added them, and some compost. So to get going, we're going to fill our large pot up with compost. Make sure to break up any clumpy bits like this as you go. We don't want lumps and bumps in there. So to do this, I'm going to use a little trick where I'm going to use this pot to show me the size of the hole that I need to make, because we're going to be transferring Henry, all his roots, all of his soil into this pot. So I'm going to pop the small pot in there and then fill the compost up around it so I have a perfectly sized hole in the middle. Okay, so now that we have a Henry-sized hole in the middle of our large pot, it's time to get Henry out of his small pot. So very gently, I'll take his label out. We're going to ease him out of this pot by pushing on the bottom, pushing on the sides, but definitely not by pulling him out by his stem. I'm just going to gently ease him out the pot. Ooh. Pop him in that hole. So when you look at Henry's stem, it's covered in really tiny hairs, and those actually all have the potential to grow roots from them. So by burying him really deep and getting quite a lot of his stem under the compost, the roots are going to grow from there, and he's going to have this really strong, healthy root system that can reach to every corner of this compost and get all of the nutrients and all of the water, and he'll be really happy in his new home. So now that we've got him in that hole, we're going to keep filling it up a bit to get lots of that stem underneath the compost and give him the best shot at being healthy and strong. So we're going to keep going right up to this lowest leaf here. I'm going to tuck him all the way in. Okay, so now that he's tucked in and happy in his new home, we're going to pop a sticker on, because we don't want to get him confused with the cherry tomatoes that we planted a couple of months ago, because their leaves are going to look really similar, and even their tiny fruits are going to look similar. So we'll stick his sticker on. Henry's stem's going to need a little bit of support as he grows, otherwise he might flop over and go a bit wonky. So we're going to pop a stake in quite close to his stem, but trying not to disturb his roots too much if we can help it. So we push that all the way down. And then, unlike some of the peas and things that we're planting that have tendrils to hold on with, Henry doesn't have that, so we're going to attach him to his stake. I'm just going to use a little bit of gardening wire. And then you want to make sure that they're in there securely, so you might just need to pack the compost in around the stake again. You might see Henry looking a little bit droopy after you first moved him up to his new pot. That's completely normal, he's fine, he's just adjusting to his new home. He's maybe a bit surprised that he's moved. You want to keep the compost quite moist, so I'm going to give it some water now, and especially in this glorious weather, you want to be giving them some water every couple of days. If you've got any other Henrys on the go as well, you can repot them too, and if you need some more large pots or compost or anything, you can grab them on the website. Henry needs lots of sunlight to keep growing, so find a nice sunny spot for him to sit in. So Henry's going to stay in this pot for good now, it's his forever home, and in a couple of months when he gets a bit bigger, he's going to grow little flowers, and that's where the heirloom tomatoes are going to grow from. So we'll check back in with him in a couple of months when it's time to harvest those tomatoes.